Recently, I've been negotiating with several brands about sponsoring my videos, and I've encountered everything from very insulting offers like, hey, you get the product for free, to more questionable sponsorship propositions where I'm asked to not disclose that I'm being paid to talk about a product or service. I know, it's shocking, but I think this is actually more common than we realize. But it sort of made me really think about how important it is for YouTubers to take responsibility for everything that they say and do. Because, like it or not, all of these videos here on YouTube, in a sense, are sponsored by wage slavery. Now, I had this little problem. I had to do my little pitch for Patreon, and I'm going to do it now very early in the video because I don't want you to think that that the entire purpose of this video is to persuade you to give me money. I actually have something deeper to say about YouTube and wage slavery. So here it goes. And if you're not interested, feel free to skip for the next 30 seconds or just skip to the next chapter. I am asking you to support the channel by joining my Patreon. It's about $5 a month, and in return, you get extra content, your name in the end credits of my videos, and free access to exclusive courses and products that I also sell on Patreon. Now, I just recently got started though, so keep that in mind before joining. I think that Patreon is a great way to support your favorite YouTuber because it sort of minimizes the temptation to turn to the, shall we say, darker commercial side of YouTube. Your support would mean a lot in keeping things more authentic on this channel. Okay, that wasn't so bad, right? So, with YouTubers, we don't really have much control over the ads here on YouTube, so I have to trust that the algorithm shows you the right stuff. Now, personally, I use YouTube Premium, so I don't even know what the ads look like these days. And also, to be honest, the ad revenue, it isn't a lot unless you have like million views per video. So I get why YouTubers turn to sponsored videos. It's basically a necessity for some YouTubers. Some of us don't want to sell products, we just want to make videos. And honestly, you can make a lot of money from sponsored videos. But I've been offered money to do product reviews, and that just doesn't make sense to me. Like, how can it be an objective review if you're getting paid by the brand to make it? And I received multiple sponsorship deals that work just like that. And some even insist on mentioning specific features in the video. And I'm like, what the hell kind of a review is that anyway? But again, I think this happens more often than we think. Now, I actually did do a sort of a sponsored video a few years ago on this channel. Technically, I wasn't paid, but I did receive the product for free. It was a set of lenses for smartphones from a company called Sandmark. And I really liked the product. You know, it was premium quality and the company felt solid. They didn't instruct me to say anything specific, but it still felt weird for some reason. Now, when it comes to selling my own products, I do want to do that at some point, but only if it actually feels helpful for you. For example, I'm currently working on a YouTube course that will be available exclusively on Patreon. In a couple of weeks, so it will be released. And the reason I started that is because I actually had subscribers asking me for advice about starting their own channels. And I really see value in creating a course like that, where I can share everything that I've learned in my YouTube journey. But here's the problem. No matter how I look at it, whether it's sponsors or ads or merch or courses, everything, it's all fueled by wage slavery. Now, what I mean is, you get exposed to ads, you buy things with your wage slave salary. You buy a course, or I make money from Amazon links in the video description, products being made by wage slaves, shipped by wage slaves, and delivered by wage slaves. Even the people working at YouTube, making it possible for you to watch this video, wage slaves. The simple truth is that no matter how much I try to twist and bend the reality of things, everything is fueled by wage slavery. And there is nothing I can do about that. And some people in the comments section have been telling me this for years. Now, not only do I listen, but I do agree. That's the sad reality behind everything. And what's even worse is that anything I do on this channel, it will just continue to fuel wage slavery in some way. I'm part of the system, and so are you. And that's why I keep coming back to this idea that wage slavery traps us in a cycle of repetitive, soul-crushing work. And there is very little we can do about it. Now, I do believe, I honestly, I really do believe that wage slavery will improve in the future. Like fewer hours, less grinding, but it will always be there. Now, still, I think it can actually reach a level that even I would find acceptable. Like, imagine working just 4 hours per day, or 3 days a week instead of 5. Or imagine just having more control of your work schedule, like sort of more like a freelance style type of work. And I'm sure that all of that will happen in the future, and I am actually optimistic. But I'm in my 40s. I'm not gonna wait around for that change. No. For me and for many of you, the only option in our lifetime is to escape. And it is possible. We all know people who have made it out, whether it's by starting their own businesses or figuring out how to live off passive income or joining the FIRE movement or investing. The skills to escape wage slavery, it's all out there. The biggest obstacle, as I see it, is basically escaping the mindset of the wage slave. Because once we figure out how to break that mindset, we become free to do whatever we want. And I want to continue making content in the spirit of that escape. And I'm gonna find new ways, I'm gonna find new methods, I'm gonna find cheat codes to break that pattern that keeps us stuck. I will share everything that I've learned. Now, if you want to just give up and say, nah, the world is too corrupt, it's impossible, we can't escape, that's fine with me. But remember, that mindset sets the tone for the rest of your life. Now, my mindset is a bit different. I am the master of my fate. I will design the path that leads me out of wage slavery. I've started a business, something that I dreaded for years. And it's hard, it's exciting, but you know something? I'm doing it. Every day I work on my escape. And you know something else? Working on my escape, it actually makes me feel free, despite technically being a wage slave. I don't feel like a broken spirit anymore. As always, thank you for listening. Do me a favor and tap that like button to show your support. Subscribe if you're interested in more content like this. Until next time, stay hungry, relentless, and strong in your journey of escaping wage slavery. Bye. Oh, you're still here. Oh, that's right. It's the behind the scenes vlog. Okay, so this part of the video is where I share more personal things. It's mostly for my subscribers, but if you're new here, you're more than welcome to stick around. Okay, so this video was very simple to make. I hope it worked out for you. Normally, I would do more editing and add some fancy B-roll, as you've seen in my previous videos, but I needed to make this video very quickly and not spend hours editing because there is something I have to do. I need to work on my business today. I just simply don't have enough time. You know, with work taking away most of my days, I just feel drained in the evenings. And Saturdays and Sundays, they're like my only windows, so to speak. And I also have a personal life, believe it or not. So balancing work, personal life, YouTube, and my business, it's difficult. but I think I can make it work. Okay, so here's the thing. I have to do something that's called VAT declaration. And did I pronounce that correctly? And to do that, I need to figure out how to do bookkeeping. And I've never done anything like this before, which is funny. It's actually hilarious considering that I have 4 years of studies in business administration. That really tells you something about how society doesn't want to teach its citizens how to start their own businesses. College really can be a waste of time. I made a video about this a couple of years ago, but I need to make a new video on that topic. But I digress. All this business stuff, it's kind of scary, but I'm learning. And honestly, it's exciting. It feels kind of liberating, actually. It feels like for the first time in my life, I'm actually doing something about my own financial situation. Like, wage slavery is kind of easy. You just show up at work and you get a salary. When you go the business route, it's a lot more complicated, but you can scale your income in ways you simply can't in a regular job. So I have patience. I know I won't be able to live off my business anytime soon, but I feel a strange sense of calm about the whole thing. I can see how I'm building my path towards freedom. I can feel it. When you work a 9 to 5, you don't really have control of anything and nothing's going to change. And with your own business, yeah, you can fail completely, sure, but at least you have control. You have leverage over your output. So to just give you a simple comparison, if you go to a job interview and you negotiate your salary, that's it. That's what you're going to get paid for the rest of your career, at least at that company. There is a kind of a limit of how much you can ask for. Even if you're 10 times better than the next candidate, you can't ask for 10 times the salary because wages just don't scale like that. Now, companies have salary structures, and no matter how valuable you are, there is a cap on what they will pay you. But with a business, it's different, Your income, it isn't tied to an hourly wage or a fixed salary. If you create something that is valuable, whether it's a product or a service or even content, you can scale it. You can sell it to 10 people, hundreds of people, or millions of people, and your income grows with that. That is the difference. That is the leverage you just don't have in a regular job. So, for example, this YouTuber course that I'm working on. Now, I'm not saying I can charge whatever I want for it, but I can make a really good product that will keep earning me passive income for years, and I can improve it over time and work less and less. With a regular job, no matter how hard I work, it will always be 8 hours per day, 5 days per week. And that's the leverage angle that I'm working on, creating a really good YouTuber course that will sustain me. Now, maybe I shouldn't share some of my strategic thoughts about this whole thing, but I think that honesty is the right path for me. I don't like it when YouTubers keep their viewers in the dark because they think it will affect their sales. I believe that if I just make a good enough product, it will be enough in the end. Maybe I'm naive, maybe it will fail because of that. But I do know this, experience is everything. It's the one thing that takes us from A to B in life. I will make mistakes, but that's fine because failure is an old friend of mine. And this is something that I'm going to talk about more in a future video. Okay, I gotta go do this accounting thing now. So wish me luck and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.